Hello everybody, and welcome to today's video where I will be showing you my favorite creature from several major groups. And not all of them are dinosaurs. We're going to start off by going to the left, where our first group, a non-dinosaur group, is, I do believe, the Ichthyosaur group. So, my favorite ichthyosaur is the Ichthyotitan, the largest ichthyosaur and the largest marine reptile that we have discovered. This guy was named relatively recently, to the point where I think it's still at the point where not too terribly many people actually know about it. Thankfully, there are enough people that know about it for it to make its way into a Jurassic World Evolution 2 mod. So that's why you can see an Ichthyotitan. So, it is a really big ichthyosaurus, and of course it doesn't do that. Why would it? So, going on to our next family, I do not remember what the next family is that I planned. Let's see what this sign says. I think that's a plesiosaur skull, so I'm guessing that this is the plesiosaur family. My favorite plesiosaur is a Styxosaurus. I do not actually know, off the top of my head at least, too terribly many plesiosaurs, and I don't think plesiosaur is my favorite, so I decided to go with the Styxosaurus. Deciding some of my favorites for some of these families was hard. There it goes. I imagine it's going to eat a fish. Actually, I think it already did. Yep. Styxosaurus eat fish. I especially enjoy the Jurassic World Evolution 2 Styxosaurus because some patterns on it are bioluminescent, which is awesome in the lagoon since you can't see a thing in there. And also because it has a little, thing on its head and neck that makes it look different from the other plesiosaurs. So, our next family, I believe, is the Mosasaur family. Probably wrong, though. Well, let's go ahead and do this one first, since it's right here. I think this is the Pliosaur. Yes, it is. This is the Pliosaur family, and my favorite Pliosaur is, well, Pliosaurus. Pliosaurus fungi, also known as Predator X. Well, technically Predator X is a specimen of, Pliosaurus fungi, but I don't know why. I just really enjoy Pliosaurus fungi, which also made its way to the game in the form of a mod. I also just love the sound of Predator X. Don't ask me why, I don't know, it just sounds cool. So, you know, I wonder, if I do this, maybe it will work better. So, aha, here is the mosasaur. Okay, no, that works even worse. My favorite mosasaur is also one of the largest. My favorite mosasaur is Prognathodon. The largest species of Prognathodon, Prognathodon saturator, can reach lengths of up to 45 feet. Compared to, let's say, a Megalodon, which is 50 to 60 feet, more likely to be 60 feet. That's a big mosasaur. And then it is probably the third largest mosasaur. And I really think that Mosasaurus hoffmanni and Tylosaurus are very similar in size, but both of them are the same length, if not longer, than Megalodon in some scenarios. However, Megalodon is still the king of the ocean. It has the greatest bite force of any animal. Size does not mean everything. Oh my gosh, I don't like that. I hope that there is another update in the game that makes, like, that, but then also the search and the hatcheries better. So, despite the sign saying Dunkleostis, my favorite non-shark fish is not the Dunkleostis. It's not even a creature similar to the Dunkleostis. My favorite non-shark fish is Xiphactinus. This incredibly large, bony predatory fish it's just awesome. I think that's really all I have to say about it. And if you play Arc with mods, specifically Arc Editions, I actually think that other than size, the Arc Editions, Xiphactinus, I think it's pretty accurate, you know? I do not doubt that this thing would literally jump out of the water just to grab a pteranodon, bring it back into the sea, and chew it up. I really love this creature, and Arc Editions is the main reason why I do. So, I believe these are our last two marine families. Here is the shark family. Excuse me. Despite the fact that there is a megalodon in here, Megalodon, it's not my favorite prehistoric shark. My favorite prehistoric shark is not in this game, no matter how many DLCs or mods you have. At the time of making this video, at least, there's no mod for it. The Stethcanthus. This shark had, like, obviously not a real anvil, but it had, like, an anvil on its back, which is crazy. Prehistoric sharks, like, they are weird. And I am all for it. Now, I also really enjoy Helicorprion, but Helicorprion also isn't a shark, technically. And, I don't like the Helicorprion quite as much as Xiphactinus, but I think I might like it maybe just as much as Stethcanthus, probably. but my favorite shark is Deathcanthus, and my favorite non-shark fish, and fish in general, is Ziphaactinus. So now I'm going to teleport over here. Whoa, magic! And over here, there are only two things. Two aviaries before moving on to the carnivores. Inside this aviary lies my favorite pterosaur. And I will just tell you, there was no competition between this pterosaur and any other pterosaur being my favorite. This is just straight off the back my favorite pterosaur. The Tapijara it's my favorite. By the way, this open aviary is from the Open Aviaries mod by Kai. But I love the Tapijara, especially in this game where they are, I believe, well, at least before the Thanatos Draken came out in the Park Manager's Collection Pack DLC, I do believe that they were the most colorful creature and the most colorful flying creature. And I still think they might be, because they're colorful. They're also pretty small, and I love it. They are also relatively unique. So, this second aviary is for my favorite non-pterosaur prehistoric flyer. There we go. There's the hitbox. Desmodus. This vampire bat. I don't actually really know much about it in real life, but I do know it from Ark. And one day, when I was going through Nexus mods to see if there were any new mods, I saw there was a Desmodus mod, so now I know it from Jurassic World Evolution 2. But I don't actually know much about the Desmodus. I'm pretty sure it's real, but even then I'm not entirely sure. It's not particularly good. I forgot I deactivated it. No, no. Wait. Oh, it's going to go the wrong way. Okay, fine. Let's just, cheat here. And, oh look, some of my Stiggy Molochs are fighting for dominance. Spoilers. So, we, backtrack to the entrance yet again. And this control center, that's what it's called. My brain just paused there for a second. As a hyperloop, so we go through the hyperloop underground all the way to here. So, in here, we will find, I do believe, Iguanodon. Iguanodon is one of my favorite dinosaurs, but it is also my favorite ornithopod. Surprisingly not a hadrosaur, but rather just an ornithopod. It's pretty cool. Has a thumb spike, and its name means iguana tooth. This was the first herbivorous dinosaur named, and the second dinosaur named at all. It's pretty cool. Not much information about it, but oh, I see something in there, but I can't tell what it is. Oh, there's a Corythosaurus. Sure, what? Seriously? I can raise and lower the stand, but not enter its view from the ground. Lovely. Anyways, Corythosaurus is my favorite hadrosaur. Again, Iguanodon isn't a hadrosaur, and this was kind of hard to pick out because I don't actually really like, I don't think a single hadrosaur makes it into my top, probably even top 20 favorite dinosaurs. Well, probably top 20, but probably not top 15. I don't know why, but Corythosaurus, I made this for one of my D&D campaigns, which is full of dinosaurs. Excuse me. And I really enjoyed the Corythosaurus stat block I made. But, moving on. I'll try to remember not to attempt to go in one of those, since apparently I can't. So, going over here, we have not a fantastic view. We have Mamenchisaurus, which is my favorite Mamenchisaur. It's also at least in my top 3 favorite sauropods, and I really enjoy the Mamenchisaurus. I have no idea why. It's probably the fact that it has such a long neck. Its neck is long even for a sauropod, which says a lot, because sauropods are sauropods. And while, yes, that is indeed a Diplodocus, I only chose the Diplodocus because my favorite Diplodocid / Apatosaur is Apatosaurus. But I prefer the Diplodocus model to the Apatosaurus model in this game. But I still think the Diplodocus looks enough like an Apatosaurus where I could put that there instead of an Apatosaurus. Because I don't know why. I like my Apatosaurus with spikes on their back and tail. So, your eyes are deceiving you? That's an Apatosaurus, not a Diplodocus. My favorite stegosaur now is the Kentrosaurus, especially the Camp Cretaceous Pierce stegosaurus. I don't know why. I just really love that skin for this game. And also Kentrosaurus is just cool. It's my favorite stegosaur. It didn't help that when I made it stab block, I also made the Kentrosaur really cool. Let's see here. Anything else that I'm forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, there's Brachiosaurs somewhere in here. I hear them, but I don't see them. Here we go. Here are some Brachiosaurus. So, by instinct, instinct, whatever, I tend to, call these a Brachiosaurus, but in reality, this is a Giraffatitan, not a Brachiosaurus. You see, Brachiosaurus and Giraffatitan are incredibly similar, except for Brachiosaurus's head crest is well, it's smaller than that. And guess what? That's the size of a Giraffatitan's head crest. So, and I prefer the head crest of the media in general, Brachiosaurus. So, that means that my favorite Brachiosaur is Giraffatitan, not Brachiosaurus. Now, I do believe that is the end of this enclosure. What is this? That must be a Brachiosaur. Or a Mamenchisaur. It's kind of hard to tell when they're not standing up, and I can't tell which one is taller. That's a Mamenchisaur. Its head crest is reduced. So, whoa, not sure what happened there. But let's go ahead to this gyro station. Now, thinking about it now, I have realized that I forgot to make Therizinosaurus a group in this park. But I do enjoy Therizinosaurus and its cousins. I think my favorite Therizinosaur is probably Nymongosaurus, just because a mod that it appears in for Arc, you can hold it like you would a dodo or like a compy, stuff like that. Except when you hold it, it's hugging you. That by itself made it my favorite Therizinosaur. But anyways, here is the Torosaurus, my favorite Ceratopsian. Now, this guy is pretty darn similar to the Triceratops. However, its head is one of the largest in the animal kingdom. I think its head in size is only beaten by Pentaceratops / Titanoceratops. So, it has a big head. Oh, I thought that was a tree. No, it's my favorite Titanosaur, the Dreadnoughtus. If I remember and researched quite correctly, I definitely speak English. Wow, Stygimolochs are fighting for dominance again. I guess you guys have probably figured out what my favorite Pachycephalosaur is now. But Dreadnoughtus, if I remember and researched correctly, length and height-wise is actually bigger than the Argentinosaurus, but weight-wise, it's not as heavy. And weight is the main thing, typically. I just realized something. I saw a Corythosaurus in the other enclosure. And this enclosure, I think, is where they're supposed to... No, they're supposed to be over there. This one just wandered away. I'm going to, I love how in this game, creatures can occasionally glitch through fences. There, with that taken care of... we can get back to the tour. My cat is whining at me, so I'm gonna go get her out of my office real quick. Hey, my cat is no longer whining. So, I'm gonna have to grab my third gyrosphere. and go to the next enclosure. So in this enclosure, my favorite Titanosaur and Ceratopsian, Torosaurus and Dreadnoughtus were in there. And now my favorite Pachycephalosaur and Hadrosaur. Oh, and Ornithomimosaur. Struthiomimus, Stygimoloch, and Corythosaurus. So, Dracorex has been considered no longer valid. Dracorex is no longer a thing. It is just a Pachycephalosaurus now. Great, now my dogs are whining. Oh my gosh. But Stygimoloch, as far as I know at least, is still valid. And I kind of just prefer it over the Pachycephalosaurus. I don't know why. Corythosaurus, Struthiomimus. I don't really know why I prefer the... Excuse me. Struthiomimus over the other Ornithomimosaurs. I really don't. I kind of just... I guess I just had to choose one, so I chose one. I feel like there was a reason why I picked it, but... like... I don't know. I'm guessing that's one of the many that had the skittish trait. Although then again, if I was a dinosaur and I just saw this thing just rolling around, I think I'd start panicking a bit too. So that is this enclosure, and I literally just now realized I wasn't even supposed to go over here yet. I was supposed to come over here to the, I can't think of what they're called right now. Carnivores, that's what they're called. So, this attraction was intended for the Ranger Jeep, so I'm just gonna get it over there real quick. I love how we can just go crazy with driving in games. Am I going? No, I am not going the right direction. I definitely know the layout of my own park that I built. It's not even a park, it's just a couple enclosures with a couple hatcheries. So, again, you saw nothing. I went where I was supposed to the first time. So, we are going to immediately start off with my favorite, Compsognathid. The Sinosauropteryx is, well, as I just said, my favorite, Compsognathid. They were actually preserved well enough for us to literally know what color they were. Red and white. Good for forest camouflage. Well, in some forests. It's pretty cool. And then, like, comparing that to the Compy and Pro Compsognathus, which technically isn't a Compsognathid, but whatever. It's similar enough in my book. It just seems more fun to me. Over here, my favorite Dromaeosaur, the Deinonychus. Now, the Jurassic World Evolution 2 Deinonychus is, well, it's odd, as you can see. I don't know why they added the... I don't really know what to call it. I'm just gonna call it a fin. I know it's not actually a fin, but I'm gonna call it a fin. But in real life, this is my favorite dromaeosaur. And in the game, it's my least favorite. It's just a copy and paste of the Velociraptor, just with weird stuff. Just with weird stuff. In here, my favorite Oviraptor, Gigantoraptor. It's well, it's a it's a big Oviraptor. It eats plants, but it also will kill a goat or two from time to time. It's an omnivore. Not sure what I just heard, but okay. It is pretty much just a bigger Oviraptor, but that's alright, because Oviraptors are cool. In my opinion. Not in everybody's opinion. And here we have... Let me think. Is this my favorite Carcharodontosaur? Yes. Well, in real life, my favorite Carcharodontosaur is Carcharodontosaurus. Along with an arc. We actually saw the Carcharodontosaurus on that site a while ago, and I used the Arc Carcharodontosaur mod. Because, well, I just really like how the Arc Carchar looks. In my opinion, it just looks really cool. But at the same time, Jurassic World Evolutions 2 Concavenator, well, it looks really cool, and its social animation is the best. Like, it is probably my favorite Evolution 2 model, and easily my favorite Evolution 2 social animation. I don't think we're going to get one, though. Unless it's happening there. I can't tell. No, it's not. That's the wrong direction. That's nothing. Oops. I think that's a Metriacanthosaurus, which is my favorite Metriacanthosaur, because off the top of my head, I think I don't think Majungasaurus, I'm pretty darn sure Majungasaurus is not a Metriacanthosaur. So I think Metriaphothosaurus is actually how you pronounce it, I believe, is actually my favorite Metriaphothosaur. It just might be the only Metriaphothosaur. I can see why Frontier just decided to call it a Metriacanthosaurus. That because it's spelled that way. My favorite Ceratosaur is, well, Ceratosaur. And I do enjoy the Jurassic Park 3 Ceratosaurus, especially where it's realistic, or its behavior was pretty decently realistic. It's like carnivore, and it was at the Spinosaurus poop. It knew there was another carnivore nearby. It just walked away before the Spinosaurus came to kill it. It's pretty cool, but I also like the Arc one. I think they're both pretty cool. And the real life one, also pretty cool. Here's my favorite Carnotaur. Well, I'd say Carnotaurus and Culkin tie for my favorite Carnotaur. Because, well, I don't know. I really don't know, actually. But, I mean, there's Toro, the Carnotaurus from Camp Cretaceous. And there is the Lost World Jurassic Park novel Carnotaurus. That was a really cool goat kill animation. I did not mean to do that, but oh well. I guess the dinosaurs will get closer to me now. That one can camouflage, which is a really cool design. It's obviously not realistic, but it is cool, like I just said. What's next? I think the Megalosaurus might be next. It is! Megalosaurus is my favorite megalosaur, and by megalosaur, Spinosaurs are megalosaurs. Like, Spinosaurus is a megalosaur first. Well, Spinosaurus is a Spinosaur, but it's also a megalosaur. Okay, stay with me. And Megalosaur is just a megalosaur, but the Spinosaur is both a Spinosaur and a megalosaur. And including Spinosaurs, Megalosaurus is my favorite megalosaur. It was also the first named dinosaur. I think this one is the Carcharodontosaurus, another Carcharodontosaur, but, well, again, I really like the Carchar. And, you know, the Evolution 2 one and the real life one are also pretty darn cool in my opinion. So, it is kind of cheating, but I went ahead and used the Carcharodontosaurus and the Concavenator, both for the Carcharodontosaur family. Sorry, it's cheating. I don't care, they're both cool. I mean, most dinosaurs are cool, but, I mean, these are my favorites. So, I really love them both. I had to put them both in. Here is Allosaurus. So I have an Allosaurus Life Stages mod that adds in several species of Allosaurus. The adults are Allosaurus fragilis as a body variant, and the juvenile is, well, it's a juvenile body variant. I really enjoy it. So, like, combine that with giving the juvenile, like, the weak and vulnerable traits to make it, you know, weaker than the adults. It's really cool. It is a really cool mod. I do suggest you get it. At least for someone who really likes Allosaurs. Yeah, but Allosaurus is my favorite Allosaur. And saving the most deadly carnivore for last, we have the most dangerous family of carnivores for last. My favorite Tyrannosaur is Albertosaurus. Now, between the three similar Tyrannosaurs that are Albertosaurus, Gorgosaurus, and Daspletosaurus, they're all relatively similar. But those three, they are all tied for my favorite Tyrannosaur. Except for, I mean, come on, just say it. Albertosaurus. It's just so fun to say. Albertosaurus being fun to say is literally what made me say that Albertosaurus was better than Gorgosaurus and Daspletosaurus. I don't know. It's just fun to say. Albertosaurus. It's so fun to say. It's not actually how you pronounce it, but it's fun. So I'm gonna pronounce it that way because it's fun. That's my logic. Sue me. Actually, don't. I don't know. It's just more fun to say than Gorgosaurus and Asclepisaurus, but other than that, they're tied for my favorite. And that is, I do believe, this entire quote-unquote park with... Oh, I just realized! No, I missed one! Uh, so, my favorite ankylosaur, including nodosaurs, is the Euoplocephalus. I knew there was a family that I was missing from this enclosure. My favorite ankylosaur, including nodosaurs, is Euoplocephalus. Again, I don't know why, it's just my favorite. I like them more than any other ankylosaur. Though I also like Gargoylosaurus. Gargoylosaurus. Yeah, I enjoy that one too. And Boralopelta, because, well, we know a lot about Boralopelta. It's preserved so well. There, we literally found the stuff that it ate inside of its stomach. I mean, tell me that's not cool. So, that is my favorite from several dinosaur and non-dinosaur families. And just now, you may have noticed, oh, what was that in your top left screen? Oh, well, it just, well, it just might be an area that I forgot about, but for good reason. It is, I figured there might be somebody asking me, well, what's your favorite Jurassic World hybrid? And what's your favorite Dilophosaur? But I don't know, I just didn't want to put the hybrid next to actual dinosaurs, marine flyers, bats, and marine reptiles. And I don't know why I didn't want to do that to the Dilophosaurus either. Now, you may also be wondering, why are you riding the noisy helicopter to get here? Well, it's because there's something in this forest. The Dilophosaurus! Now, if you've watched my videos before, specifically my Jurassic World Evolution 2 videos, you would know that in, I think, every Evolution 2 video I've made, where the Dilophosaurus is in that video at some point, you would know that Dilophosaurus is actually 20 feet long, did not even have that frill, and did not spit venom. So, know that. But at the same time, I do think that the Jurassic World Dilophosaurus is pretty cool. However, I do think I prefer the regular Dilophosaurus, the realistic one. It's a bit more fun in my opinion. Even if it doesn't spit venom. And now, helicopter dropped us off to the hybrid area. I hope this one opens. Okay, good, it does. My favorite hybrid in Jurassic World, in this super top secret secure enclosure, because that fits the vibe of a literal hybrid that is designed to kill. It will kill. My favorite hybrid. Where is this hitbox? I literally got in the ranger team before the viewing tower. My favorite hybrid is Indominus Rex. Now, I do really enjoy the Spinoraptor and Spinoceratops, that's what it's called. I also enjoy the Ankylodocus, and I'm struggling with words right now. Stegoceratops. I enjoy all four of those hybrids. I also really like the Indoraptor and also the Scorpius Rex. But, I like the Indominus Rex more than the rest. I don't know why. I mean, the me really liking the Jurassic World movie helps with that. But, I don't know. I like the Indominus Rex more than the rest. I really enjoyed the Jurassic World movie. However, even if these did technically qualify as dinosaurs, none of the hybrids are making it into my top 20 favorites. I'd probably have many dinosaurs rated higher than them. Probably several that you probably haven't even heard of. But that is now the end of the video. So, hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like and subscribe if you aren't already. Comment down below if you want to how many and what favorites of each family shown in this video you share with me. And also leave a comment if I'm missing a specific family or a clade or relatively specific, group of dinosaurs or any other prehistoric creature. Well, not any other, but just think of a different group of dinosaurs that I missed and you would want to know my favorite of, and I will show it to you. But until next time, have a good time.